While recording this video, I must say that I never ever expected one of my favorite gaming companies go out like this. Most of my childhood consisted of games made by either Rockstar or Ubisoft. Games like Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed are really nostalgic, and even when I play them again, I still feel the first time I played them. I don't know what's happening, but the way things are going right now, I fear that Ubisoft might no longer exist in the future. But anyways, this video isn't about Ubisoft, but their latest IP or game, which is Star Wars Outlaw. The game recently released and it received a lot of backlash, and I decided to tell you my point of view on this whole scenario. So these are Faxx Spitters, and let's start the video. The game was announced last year in 2023's Ubisoft Forward event along with some other major Ubisoft titles, and it was supposed to be Ubisoft's next big break, because in the previous years the situation for them was unfavorable. Even their successful games were not getting the love they deserved, but they were doing good on the sales side. But fast forward to 2023, things were way worse. People not only dislike their games but are not showing interest in buying them either. So they decided to make a Star Wars game in hopes of getting more sales and more support. When the game was announced and showcased, people were showing good and positive response. Everyone, including ourselves, were believing that this one will definitely put them back to what they were. But flash forward to 2024, when the game was released on 27th of August, things took a slight unfavorable turn. The game was insanely criticized. Why was criticized? What were the factors? Let's talk about them now. Before talking about the cons, let's talk about the pros first. One of the biggest reasons for its hype was that it's the first Star Wars game to feature a fully open world map. And this thing doesn't surprise me because Ubisoft is known for creating engaging and beautiful open worlds, and we saw their quality with Assassin's Creed games and many more. They really give their best in making the game's soundtrack better and making the world beautiful. So I must say that Ubisoft cannot be defeated in the world design. Enough of the good talk, let's talk about the bad things. Firstly, this game doesn't feel like a AAA game at all. Why, you may ask? Because it's based on the fundamental principles of the games that were released in early 2000s. For example, this game focuses on stealth too much. You can also say that this game offers you forced stealth. In every section of the game, stealth is there, and if you decide to choose your own way of getting into things, the mission will auto-fail. This isn't how games should work because we're living in 2024 for God's sake. Games nowadays are focused on forging your own destiny instead of just focusing on the path that the developers laid out for you. The game also has bad checkpoints which can often send you way back from where you were when you failed. For example, if you got caught or got killed, you will not spawn in that same exact location but will spawn way back from where you started the mission, just like the classic games. And if we decide to expand more on this topic, then the combat itself is mid. It's a good thing that they're stepping away from the usual Star Wars thing, but shooting is also mid. The game has the Division style bullet sponge problems with many enemies, and this doesn't surprise me because it was made by the same studio that made the Division. This shouldn't be my concern, but what they did with combat worries me. In the whole game, you can use only one weapon type with different modifications, while the rest of the weapons that you pick are temporary and will be gone as soon as you reload the game or you get killed. So you're shooting a pistol for 90% of the game. Other than that, some minor things include they did character modeling, where the characters look good in cutscenes, but as soon as they're over, the character models seem outdated. The way you talk or interact with the NPCs feels very generic and outdated, and it feels like this game was released 10 years ago. Heck, even Assassin's Creed Unity has better animations than this crap. Aside from this, there isn't anything that we should criticize about this game, but trust me, these are the main things that any game has. If these things turn out to be bad, then the whole game is worse. In the end, I must say that Ubisoft is trying hard to get back in business, but every time they're failing. And the main reason for that is rushing their games indefinitely. Unlike the previous generations of games, where games are forced to be rushed because of the company's deadlines. Most of the games based on movie franchises were tie-in games and they were forced to release at the same time as the movie, so the development time was cut short. But this game was independent, it didn't have any sort of deadline, so why rush it? My only message to Ubisoft, if they're watching this video, which most probably they aren't, is that you should focus on your quality, because every game that you have made in the past has been criticized, and the main reason was quality and lack of care and detail. And if you take even half of Rockstar's development time, then you can definitely make a masterpiece game. And by the looks of it, Ubisoft is considering this thing because the development cycles have now been prolonged, so we can only hope for the best. But that was pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. We read each and every comment of yours and also try to reply to all of you. We will see you next time. Till then, watch some of our previous videos on some interesting topics. Keep playing, keep watching, and goodbye.